Hello everyone, this is Henry here today. I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in on this live session today. And this is going to be a continuation for the live session yesterday. And I'll be talking about the key things that I look out for when I want to invest in a crypto project. And this goes from the fundamentals, the technicals, and also how I'm anticipating how high that crypto project will potentially go. Now, everything I'm going to say on this channel is pretty much my opinion, and it's not for you to use it as a financial advice to just dive in and invest in any crypto project. It's just to help you, show you how I do this independently. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because when I started investing in cryptos, it was actually a very good experience in the beginning, bad experiences, great experiences at the end of the day, a lot of lessons learned. And one of the major mistakes I made was just going on YouTube, watching YouTube, and just taking people's recommendation without knowing how to do my own due diligence. And that is the point of this series, to help you know how you can do your own due diligence. You don't take my word for it. I'm not giving you any recommendation for any crypto to buy or sell. I'm just showing you how I do the analysis to get into a crypto project. And so whenever you want to invest in a crypto project, instead of you just watching a random YouTube video of someone and just taking their word for it, going, buying that crypto, and then later on it goes to zero. Instead of doing that, you can do it a better way, which is doing the research, investing in crypto projects that you believe in, and seeing the significant things, the significant problems they are solving, and also aligning it with the technical analysis and the quantitative analysis. So I'm going to share with you every single thing from my 7 years experience being in the crypto market. Absolutely everything. So this is going to be the session 2 for this. So if you missed the first session, I would recommend you go watch the first one, where I talked about how I use AI to start the analysis, to derive the major key problems. And I said we're going to be working with 3 key problems. We're going to be looking for crypto projects solving these 3 key problems. So there are other problems in crypto. These are not just the only problems. There's also interoperability, which is communication between blockchains, which is still a major issue that needs resolving in the crypto project, in the crypto ecosystem. But right now, our focus is going to be on security risk, scalability issues, and user adoption. Now, we're going to scale down using CoinMarketCap. So yesterday, we looked at Shen2, and I did a full market breakdown on Shen2 from technical analysis, from fundamental analysis, to see what is the market cap, what is the total supply, max supply, circulating supply. We also looked at the exchanges. Shen2 is in a lot of good exchanges. The only thing I don't like about Shen2, in my honest opinion, is I don't like the technicals on it. The technical aspect of it, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like what it looks like. Now, this doesn't mean that this crypto assets will never go up. It could still even reverse and just continue to the upside. That is 100% possible, because right here we have low resistance liquidity. So price can still reject from any position and continue higher. But what I don't like here is I'm not seeing any significant high that got broken, because overall, this is what I would regard as, this right here is what I would regard as my significant high and then significant low, and this is weekly time frame, and there wasn't a break above it. The only thing I'm seeing here is a run on liquidity. So after a run on liquidity, then I'm seeing a break of structure right here. So I don't like this. So price can still drop lower to create a new all-time low. So that's why I'm just gonna stay away from this one. So today we're gonna be looking at the second one on the watch list. If we go to the top cybersecurity tokens, the second one we're going to be looking at today is Forta. We're going to look at Forta. What is this all about? And we'll do fundamental analysis, technical analysis, quantitative analysis as well. And right here, so you can see first thing I always look at is what is the market cap. I'm not even interested in the price. The price is, yes, price matters. At the end of the day, the price matters, but that is the least thing to be worried about. A lot of the times, most people who invest in cryptos, the first thing they look at is the price. For example, they look at Shiba and it's at 0.00 whatever, and they see a lot of zeros and they believe, oh, if I put $100 in this, I'm gonna buy like 100,000 of coins or 1 million of the coins. It doesn't even matter how many coins you own. You can actually own just one of the coin and make more money than someone who owned like 1 million of the coins. It's all about number one, the market cap. That is the very first thing to pay attention to. Because if the market cap is low, now even if the price is high, there's a high chance for you to make more profit if that asset rallies to the upside. Now, the first thing I usually like to look at is the market cap. Next thing is volume. And after that, the next thing I'm looking at is the total supply, max supply, and circulating supply. Why these are very relevant is because they affect price. They affect the price. If the market cap is low, let's say for example the market cap is 1 million and the coin is at $10, and then you put in, for example, $100 in it, you buy 10 tokens. Those 10 tokens, if the market cap should go to 1 billion from that 1 million, that's around 1000x. So your $100 will make you $100,000, but all you own was just 10 tokens. That is all you own. So that is why it's very relevant to understand these key things. It's not just all about the price is low, it's all about the market cap and now the total supply, max supply, circulating supply. Now, why the total supply, max supply, and circulating supply is also important is because now if there's a lot of the coins that are still not released in circulation, when they eventually get released, that could affect the price. So it's a supply and demand factor. More supply, there's going to be less demand. But if everything is already in the market and the price is going well, the market cap is really doing well, technicals awesome, that is when you can see a coin really exploding really exponentially. And we'll also use the quantitative analysis to now measure or to now determine, okay, this is how high we're anticipating for this to go. When it hit this level, we scale out 50%. Hit this level, we scale out 70, 90% and just allow 10% to run, or we just close the entire position and just be out of the trade or out of the investment. So that being said, as you can see with this one, total supply is 1 billion, max supply 1 billion, circulating supply is 480 million. So there's still 420 million that are not yet deployed into the market. If I'm not mistaken, is 400. So 20 here, that'll be five. I think 520. There's 520 million that are still not deployed into the market. And when they eventually get deployed into the market, that will definitely attract price. Another thing I'm not liking with this Forta is the differential between the market cap and the volume. The differential is just too wide apart. I don't like that. I like the differential with the volume to be at least like 10% or just something like that. It makes more sense. But this one, it's not even 10%. It's like 1%. So it's not great, but this also doesn't mean that this Forta is not going to do well. These are just the criteria that I'm looking out for. I'm just going to pinpoint every single detail that I'd like to see I'm looking out for before I'm like, okay, this is a go. I'm going to look into investing in this. Now, after that is covered, I've already outlined the one thing that I'm not liking right here. The number one is the volume. I don't like the volume. It's too low for this market cap. And I also don't like the fact that this circulating supply, there's still 520 million that are not released yet. So now we start to scale to see the all-time high, all-time low. It's down 90%. So if this was a good asset, I like to buy it when it's down 90%, 80%, something like that. But I'm not just going to rush in and just buy in because it's down 90%. It could go from 90% draw down to zero. So being down 90% is not a guarantee for it to go to the upside. Yes, we want to buy when it's low, but at the same time, we want to also see the fundamentals, the technicals, and the quantitative analysis. We want to see everything merged together, and then we're like, okay, yeah, this is it. Let's put some money into it. Now that is covered, the next thing I'm looking at is going to check the exchanges where this is available. And as you can see, this is available in Coinbase, Uniswap, Bybit, Gets.io, KuCoin, Mexi, BitGet, BingX, BitMax. And that this is really, really good. It's good that it's on Coinbase, it's good that it's on Gets.io, KuCoin as well. These are really big exchanges. And the next thing I'm looking at is, what is this crypto project all about? And as you can see right here, I'm trying to understand the use case. So Forta is on a mission to secure Web3 using AI. The Forta network detects exploits and other threats against blockchain applications and end users. As the only decentralized security network, Forta consists of thousands of community managed bots and scan nodes, all secured by Fort token. So now, like I said this yesterday, if this sounds just too ambiguous for you to understand, you can just literally copy everything here, copy it, and go straight into, you can go in straight into Bing or whatever, or ChatGPT, and paste it and say, can you explain this in simple terms? Paste it and say, explain in simple terms for a 10-year-old. The reason I use for a 10-year-old is, if this can explain it for a 10-year-old to understand, you will definitely understand what it is. And right here, you can now see, imagine the internet is like a huge playground and there are bullies trying to mess things up. Forta is like a superhero team that keeps the playground safe. They are super smart computers, AI to find and stop bullies before they cause trouble. This team has lots of little robots and security cameras, scan nodes, all around the playground, and they get their power from a special coin, Fort token, to keep everything secure and safe. So you can see basically how this has explained it to a 10-year-old, that anybody can literally read this and have a clear cut understanding of what this token is all about. You can now take that knowledge you've just gathered from this AI and go back into Fort token. Now, this is giving you a clear understanding that Forta is kind of like a superhero in the crypto ecosystem, trying to stop attackers on the blockchain. Now, once you've got that, the next thing we do is to go into the charts to now look for Forta to see what it's to see whether the technical analysis is going to align for a bullish market. So right here we'll have it on Coinbase. We go into Coinbase to have a look at what this looks like on the charts. Now, when I'm investing in crypto, my focus is on the bigger time frame. I'm only focusing on 12 months, 6 months, 3 months, monthly, weekly. Now, I try as much as possible not to go below that, because anything below that is pretty much just going to be all noise. And this, in my opinion, does not look good for something that I'll be anticipating to rally. The reason is, this right here is my major high. This right here is the major high I'm working with. And then this is the major low. And right here, I'm not seeing any break of structure above this key level. So personally, I'm not going to put a dime into this. Now, another thing I've noticed with cryptos is, sometimes when you look at the chart on these big exchanges, you basically don't see a lot of information. There's not a lot of data to work with. So in such cases, what I do is I go into exchanges like Dex Tools, So I go into exchanges like Dex Tools to see what this looks like on Dex Tools. So on Dex Tools, you can see right here, this is Dex Tools. So the reason I use Dex Tools is because this will give you an overview of what the chart is like before they launched on these major exchanges. So a lot of the times you're not going to get all that information from the big exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, and right here you can see this one. This is 6 months. This is 2 years. So I'm just going to choose the one that has 2 years. Though okay, let's choose this one. The reason I'm choosing this is because it's with USDT, but let's just have a look and see what it looks like. So right here, USDT, I click on the time frame to put it on the monthly. So the charts looks pretty much the same with the other one from Coinbase. So let's take a look at it on another chart one last time. We're just trying to give it one last opportunity to prove us wrong that the market structure is not bearish. So once I check this one and it still looks bearish like the other one, no, I'm never putting a dime into this. Now, this doesn't mean this is not gonna rally. Anything can happen in crypto. This could literally explode from here and come and literally just go to the upside. But I personally will not put a dime into this. And the reason is I don't like the market structure and this does not look bullish to me. Everything does not align. The reason I do it this way is because I've noticed one thing in crypto. The moment you see that single red flag and you just ignore it, that will come and bite you in the ass. So I'm sorry for my language. But just know that when you're invested in crypto, make sure every checklist aligns perfectly. If it doesn't align, that is already a red flag right there telling you to just stay away. If you're putting money into any asset like this, make sure you're putting money into something, putting money that you know you can afford to lose. So if it goes to zero, you just don't care if it goes to zero. Now, a lot of things align with this being a good project. Number one is the use case. The use case is really, really good. And the market cap seems cool to me. It's still a low cap, 53 million. And the other con I don't like, the other thing I don't like here is the volume. It's quite low compared to the market cap. And another thing I don't like is the circulating supply. So you can see how I've pinpointed the things that I don't like, and it's just too many. Number one, there's too many coins that are still not released yet. Number two, the market structure does not look bullish to me. And number three, I don't like how small the volume is compared to the market cap. I like to see the volume being at least, even if it's 5% or 10%. I don't like it being 1%. Before you know it, it's now going lower and lower, and then it's literally now going to be at 50,000 and you're holding a shit coin. So that is how I do my market breakdown for from fundamentals, technicals, and there's no point doing a quantitative analysis on this one. I only do quantitative analysis when I'm seeing an expansion and then I'm anticipating for a continuation. So that being said, this one is a no-go for me. And before we wrap up today, I'm just going to do another analysis, really quick one on this one. So the third one is hacking token. Let's take a look at hacking token. For this one, 38 million and volume is 56,000. It's absolutely a no-go for me. Right here, I'm already just, nah. Because the 38 million, comparing 38 million to 56,000, the differential is just too much. It's just too much for me to even put my money in it. Now, it doesn't mean this cannot rally. this can absolutely explode in a bull run and deliver nicely. But will I put my money in it? Hell no. I wouldn't put my money in it because this is already giving me a telltale sign. This is not really this has a high chance of pretty much going to the downside more than going to the upside. And if we now scale down to see the exchanges, it's not really on a lot of big exchanges. It's only on Gates.io, KuCoin, and then right here, this is the use case, and what to earn. And you can just do the same thing, copy the use case, go into AI, paste it there, and summarize it to it for a 10-year-old. And then let's just take a look at what this looks like on. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the chart. And if we go to the chart and look at hacking, so right here we have. So this is it right here. So this is the hacking protocol. We open it, we want to see what it looks like on the chart. And the only significant high I can see right here is this one. So funny enough, this one has a better structure more than every other one that we've looked at. So this one has a better structure so far because I would regard this as a high, as a low, and then this. If this was, if I was looking for a trade idea on this, right here, I'll see this as a break of structure, and this key level right here will be my point of interest for entries, my last down close candle, and you can see how nicely price came in there and is rejected nicely. So in as much as the fundamentals doesn't look great, you can see that the technicals actually look better than the rest. So that's the thing with crypto. This could literally explode because the structure looks good for something that wants to rally, and the only other thing I don't like is this external run on liquidity here. I don't like this external run on liquidity because this is a high resistance liquidity. Price can still come up, and right here you can see we came up to that position. So this key level, if we can bypass this key level and rally to the upside, you can actually see that was actually the key level price came into before we saw this reaction. So despite the fact that it's looking like it's bullish, price mitigating this key level could still mean a potential drop to the downside because right here we still have low resistance liquidities. So it's just, I personally wouldn't put my money on this. The reason is because a lot of things don't align perfectly for me to say I want to put my money in this. A lot of things. Number one was the volume. The volume doesn't look great. And even though the technicals, on the technical side of things, this looks like a break of structure right here, also pay attention to what we mitigated right. This is a high resistance liquidity. And there's already an external run on liquidity here. Now, this doesn't mean that price can't continue higher, but this is showing me that this key level is a very strong resistance zone that could send price to the downside. And this right here is a low resistance liquidity. And when I see a low resistance liquidity, I use it as a target. So despite the fact that we came down here, we're rejecting here, price can still from this zone continue lower to run these low resistance liquidities. So I personally wouldn't put my money on this one. There's too many cons on this one. But I hope you've gotten some level of knowledge, some level of understanding of how to invest in cryptos with this one. I'm going to be doing a series on this one, so stay tuned. This is not going to be the last one. I'll do as many as possible, give several examples, and eventually we're going to see one that will be nice, and I'm going to still say my opinion. Okay, I love this, and this is one I'm going to put my money into it, and I'm going to share every single thing on this channel. So don't forget to click the notification bell so whenever I go live, you can get notified and be on the live stream and get all the free content. So if you want to learn more of how I do this, you want to join the team, feel free to click the link in our bio to join the free Telegram. So I'll see you all in the next one. I appreciate you.